GameStop is already halted. Now, this is a perfect time to dive into what are halts. So what a halt is, and you'll see, our halt scanners and picking up stocks that get halted. It is going to be when essentially the stock is turned off. No one can buy it, no one can sell it. And the reason why these stocks get halted is because of volatility. These plays can be halted because of volatility. These plays can be halted because of pending news, or these plays can be halted because they are being investigated. So when I take a look over on GameStop right now at this moment, and we could see it says LULD, LULD. I want you guys to listen up to this. This is very important for every single trader to understand. We have all these different prices here. So what we have here is we could see, I'm going to grab and take a screenshot on the level 2 on Lightspeed. And not every broker has this, but this is one of the reasons why I really do like Lightspeed here, is you will see the LULD. The LULD will tell us where the whole price is. So if I see $0 and 9,999 million, obviously, or AMC actually just got halted. That's why. So AMC just got halted. Let's go to a different play. Let's go over to just a random play. Let's go to CTNT right now. CTNT, which is currently, again, a great #1 top gainer, currently up 245%. So CTNT, let's take a screenshot of this and we will see where the halt area is going to be at. So where's the halt area? LULD stands for a limit up, limit down. So if you hit the price of $4.50, CTNT is turning off. If you hit the price of $3, CTNT is turning off. So right now, what would that mean? CTNT would have to go on a nice spike. Notice it came up to $4.30, then it started falling back on down. The LULD at $3, if it falls another 60 cents, it gets turned off. So the point of a halt, for anyone who does not understand, it is supposed to be a time that allows traders to take a breath. Now I'm going to give you a little backstory right here. Halts were put in after the 2008 crash because they understand how much momentum takes over in stock trade. So for instance, let me draw this on out for you guys. When we're speaking of halts and how halts really work, let's imagine that the S&P 500, the top 500 companies in the United States, which is basically the stock market, okay? That's how people think of the stock market, by looking at the S&P 500. What happens if all of a sudden the S&P 500 starts falling and falling and falling? People start to panic. They start to say, uh-oh, this isn't looking good. Uh-oh, this is, again, really scary. I want to get out of my play. Then this guy, he gets out of his play. He sells. Now, when you sell, it makes the stock go a little bit lower, right? When you buy a play, it goes a little higher. When you sell a play, it goes a little bit lower. So now, again, he made the stock sell. Now we have 10 more people saying, uh-oh, I got to get out of my play. I want to sell. I got to get out. Now, again, it's making it go lower. Now more people are getting out of the play and they're panicking and they're saying, oh, it's got to go lower. This is what happened in 2008. In 2008, we started seeing people panic and people run to banks. People take out their money. People, again, take the money out of the stock market, and it made the stock market drop and drop and drop and panic and panic and panic until it kept falling and falling and falling and falling. So after 2008, they started putting in what we call halts. And halts are going to be when we start panicking. It stops it for 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Sometimes it goes to 10 minutes. Sometimes it goes to 15 minutes. But in most cases, it will always be 5 minutes. And this allows traders to get a little breathe. This allows traders to say, okay, you know what? Maybe instead of selling, I'm going to get a dip buy right here. And it allows traders to maybe look for a reversal to not allow the play to dump so hard. So you will see plays that are the hottest ones. You will see plays that are the most volatile. You will see plays that have the most action get halted. So a lot of the penny stock plays we get involved in that are super hot will usually spike, get halted, have a big gap up. Spike, get halted, get a big gap up, and then come crashing on down the same exact way. When a stock gets halted, it shows that there's too much volatility on that play, and it's the market makers freezing the play, trying to allow more buyers and sellers to come in, and they're matching up the orders. So what we have here is if there are more sellers than buyers, guess what? They have to match up the orders, and that's usually why we have some sort of drop on down. Now, let's take a look at this team. We have GME, which is currently halted at this moment, which means no one can trade it. AMC, which is currently halted at this moment, which means no one can trade it. You can go to a website, www.nasdaqtrader.com/trading halts, and you will see exactly when and why the stock was halted. GameStop is now live. Let's see how much lower this is going to go down towards. Right now, GameStop is now live. It actually might get halted again here pretty soon, team. The LULD says 0 and 9,999. Usually that means it's going to get halted if it's not hitting like the exact price, because 0 and 9,999 are kind of just, like bottom prices. It would never hit that. So a lot of times when it shows that, that's usually our halt price. LULD $57, limit up, limit down. And we might get halted again. We just got halted again. So what we can do right here is we can see that GameStop at this moment is getting very weak. GameStop is definitely turning. Here is the list on the NASDAQ, shows current trading halts. And at this time, if I refresh this here, there's GameStop, GME, GameStop. Reason for the halt is going to be volatility. So you can see right here, reason for halt, volatility. KOSS, volatility. So you can see the majority of halts are going to be on volatility. Now, every single halt also also last 5 minutes. So the majority of trades are going to open up 5 minutes after their first hold. So you could see a lot of times, guys, this one, 8:55, then open up at 9 o'clock. This one was 9:30 and 91 seconds. This one opened up at 9:35 and 91 seconds. Here's again GameStop just from before. GameStop opened up 5 minutes exactly after. AMC is going to open up 5 minutes exactly after. So a lot of times you come to this website so you know what time it's going to open. So if I see that KOSS got halted at the time of 9:35 and 16 seconds, it means it's going to open up at the price of 9:40 and 16. So AMC is live right now. Let's take a look over on AMC. Now AMC traders, we can see where's the hold price. It says 009,999. Usually that means it's about to get halted whenever we see that. So just make sure that you guys are aware of that. But it always comes down to, it usually shows the exact price. It'll show the exact price in most cases on when the exact halt area is. So always be watching that. These plays, unfortunately, are just like so fast, so wild, so crazy that these plays are kind of tough to know exactly when they are going to hold. But in the majority of plays, such as like CTNT, you just type it in. CTNT, where's the halt price? 317. Where's the halt price to the upside? 475. Wherever it says LULD, limit up, limit down, is the price of where it's going to get halted. Now, it's almost like a goal for traders. A lot of times buyers try to get to that halt price. Now, why do buyers want to get to that halt price, or why do sellers want to get to that, area? Because I know a lot of times the halt price basically is supposed to allow traders to take a breath and relax. But a lot of times when you hit the halt price, it shows encouragement. It's like, hey guys, CTNT, we hit the halt price. Guys, we know buyers are moving so great. So here, look at this. CTNT starting to spike. We might hit the halt price right here. LULD's at 480. Can we get up to 480 and hit the halt price and get halted? We're at 480 right now. Come on, can we get halted? Nope, we're not there yet. We're getting a couple little sell orders. Now LULD still at 480. Oh, so we did not get up to that price. We almost were at it. We were almost at that area to be able to spike on up. But you can see it's almost like buyers want to hit the halt price. And the reason why is because when you hit the halt price, usually it shows that's the clear-cut side of momentum. Not only does the stock sometimes gap up in that way, but it also can continue in that way. It's almost the same exact thing with GameStop. GameStop right here, GameStop dropped on down. And you could see when it opened on up, it had a small gap down and continued to drop on down even a little bit lower. So that does make it a little bit scary. That does make it a little bit, odd. That does make it a little bit tough for buyers to say, oh man, can I actually jump in on this play? It obviously looks like things are falling. It looks like things are getting weaker. It looks like things are getting a little ugly for us. Now, what I will say, coming on up here over on GameStop, is we need to be aware of support. Support's right around $55. Guys, take a look. We bounced off 55. We bounced off 55. We bounced off 55. We bounced off 55. $55 is going to be a very nice support line for us over on GameStop. So where's the best area for shorts right now? You guys can really figure out this answer. Best area for shorts is going to be right at this red line. Anywhere near this red line is an acceptable area for shorts. Anywhere near this bottom blue line is going to be an acceptable area for dip buys. That does not mean you will win every single time. This does not mean that you are going to say, all right, hey, I'm going to win every single time I buy at support and short at resistance. That's not, 100% true, but it does give us an idea. So we do have GameStop, which is currently halted. So Deck, when is this one going to be coming on out? We can just go back to that website, NASDAQtrader.com/trader-halts. It actually is live right now. So you can see this, guys. Look at GameStop right now. Actually dropped underneath support. It actually gapped underneath support right now at this moment. And GameStop is definitely looking pretty weak. Momentum towards the downside. A lot of weakness at this moment. Fading and falling and dropping. And now, guys, we're still getting lower. Take a look at GameStop at this moment. People are starting to dump this thing on off. It is getting weak at this time, and we are still fading and falling. So if I wanted to get involved in GameStop, what would be the best way for me to do this? Well, I would again click locate over on Lightspeed. Locate over on Lightspeed. It costs $7 for me to short this play if I want to. So is it worth it? Can I make more than $7 out of this trade? Absolutely, guys. Absolutely. So all I would have to do is click again the accept button. Click accept. Guess what? Order successful. Now I can short 1,000 shares of GameStop whenever I would like. So I can short 1,000 shares of GameStop whenever I would like now throughout this entire day. So if I use them, I had to pay $7. If I don't use them, I still had to pay $7. No matter what, I am paying $7. That is how the broker makes money. When you have to locate shares to short, you have to pay the broker a certain amount of money for you to go ahead and now be able to short those plays. $7 isn't bad whatsoever. So GameStop right here, team, as you guys can see, we have now dropped from $71 all the way down to $50. Now, something that I do want to talk about with halts here. Here's a little fun fact. The longer the halt, the more fear that's going to build up. So if GameStop gets halted, not only for right now, right? Let's say GameStop gets halted at this moment and it gets halted for not only 5 minutes, but it gets halted for 10 minutes. And now it's 9:52, 10 minutes from now. And people are saying, Deck, why is it not unhalted? Why are we still halted right now? People start getting more fearful. Remember in the stock market, it's almost like one big game of psychology. The more fear there is, the more selling there's going to be. When there's more selling, it leads to the stock market dropping or that stock drop. When there is more buying and more confidence, confidence, that is where the stock goes higher and higher and higher. So let me ask you guys a question here. If GameStop right now has been falling for the last $20 and we have longer than a 5-minute hold, we have a 10-minute hold, a 15-minute hold, it's most likely going to lead towards more selling when this one comes on out, because people that are holding this play are going to start getting nervous. People that are start holding this play are going to start saying to themselves, I don't know if this is a good idea anymore. I'm going to get out of this play. Same exact thing happens on the opposite side. If the stock is spiking, and we have 5-minute hold, spike up higher, 5-minute hold, spike up higher, 5-minute hold, spike up higher, but then we have a 10-minute hold, a 15-minute hold, 20-minute hold. People start saying, why are we holding for so long? Is something going bad? What's happening here? They usually take profits. The longer the hold, usually the more profits that are going to be taken, because people's ultimate fear is going to be this right here, a T12 hold. Now, if you guys do not know, a T12 hold is a very scary thing. A T12 hold is when the SEC steps in and they stop the stock from trading and they say, we are putting an investigation on this play. We are putting an investigation over on this play. We are going to be figuring out what's happening here. Now, how long does an investigation last? Could last months, could last years. And all your money is stuck in that play that entire time. So you will not be able to trade any of those funds. If your whole entire account's in that, that's what happens. And 99.9% of the time, since the SEC is moving into it, all investors move out of that play. So when it does open up 6 months down the road, it usually opens all the way back up towards like $1. Like, it usually gives back all of its gains and back to nothing. So the thing is, holds are normal. Holds are a normal thing. Volatility holds are normal. There's nothing wrong with that. But every now and then, maybe I'm going to say 4 or 5 times a year, you'll see a massive breakout and then you'll see a play get halted for a T12 hold. Like, for instance, this play has been halted since 2022. This play's been halted since 2022. They're doing an investigation, and anyone who has money on this play is just sitting here like this, waiting for their money to come out. Now, the thing is, if you are short on a T12 hold, yes, your money is going to be stuck in on that play. But guess what? When that money comes out, you are going to be up in so much money. The worst thing that you could be is on the long side on a T12 hold, because that means you got money stuck and you know most likely all that money is going to be gone. So that is the issue with those type of plays. Now, I don't think GameStop is in a T12 hold at this moment by any sort of means, but I do want you guys to be aware of what T12 holds are. They're scary, right? They're nerve-wracking. But guys, you can see GameStop is live. We are back within the 5 minutes, and we do just have a lot of this negative momentum at this moment.